yet another episode of Beyond the Present podcast. I'm Daniel Molgan, and today I wanted to talk about the importance of making each day count. You see what they say, it's all about winning the days. If you win the days, the weeks, the months, and the years will take care of themselves. And today, I'm going to talk a little bit about this issue and how you can actually develop the right mindset and cultivate the right habits to help you win every single day, including those very, very bad days. Guys, before we get started, you should know that not every single day is supposed to be a good day. I'm not here saying, okay, listen, every single day is going to be a great day and you'll hear only good news every single day. That is not the case. You are not going to be hearing good news every single day. If you do, you're probably dreaming. That's not the real life. In the real life, you'll be bombarded with negative news, sad news, disheartening, updates. You are going to be exposed to a lot of negativity every single day. That doesn't mean that you can't win that day. So first, let's distinguish between winning the day versus having a good day. Because a lot of the times people tend to confuse these two. They assume that when I say you should win every single day, it means you have to be happy every single day. Well, that's an ideal, but as we know, ideals are just that, ideals. They're not real, they're not realistic. So winning a day versus having a good day. Let's now distinguish these two a little bit. So having a good day is exactly what you want it to be. So everything is perfect. You wake up feeling all fresh and happy, and it's sunny outside and the day is amazing and life is beautiful, and you hear the first good news from your friends, from your family, then you go to work and oh boy, things are working out. We just got a new contract and everything goes well, and you hear an amazing news from your friend, your favorite, team wins the match, and then you go home to your lovely friends and family members and life is beautiful. That's a good happy day, right? Well, we all want to have those days as much as we can, but we know that real life sometimes throws some obstacles along the way. And that's why you don't necessarily want to aim to have a good day every day, because that's not really realistic. But you can win every single day. So let's define what it means to actually win the day. So essentially, winning the day has certain aspects of it. It means you will have certain small, achievable goals. That means you start building certain positive habits, and then you maintain a productive mindset to make it through that day. So essentially, it involves three things. To win the day, you have to have the goals. Could be very small, as little as get out of the bed and just dress up for work because I'm feeling like hell, or as crazy as make sure I'm going to have a monster deal today and sign it by the end of the day. You also have to have that habit of going through the day and going through the motions, whether it is to go to work, whether it is to have a certain number of phone calls, whatever it is. And finally, you want to have that mindset that says, I want to be productive today. Now, when I say productive, I don't just mean making money. Being productive comes from producing results, whatever that result might be. So if you are, let's say, an artist, being productive means creating a lot of art that day. If you're a designer, it means making a lot of sketches. If you're a musician, it means working on a new tune. If you are perhaps, a martial artist, it means doing a lot of cool moves. It all depends on who you are, but you want to focus on producing results. Because unfortunately, a lot of us, we tend to feel bad some days and have no desire to be productive. Producing results is what make you win that day. Unfortunately, whenever we have a bad day, what do? We tend to somehow lay back a little bit, maybe get a little bit depressed, maybe start drinking a lot of coffee or some stimulants. If you're a smoker, you start smoking heavily. If you have some bad habits, maybe you just go on a, sugar spree and start, eating a lot of sugary stuff. Essentially, when we have a bad day, our main focus is to change our mood directly. Could be via sugar, could be via caffeine, sometimes drugs, alcohol. But that's the wrong approach. Because when you try to change your mood directly, in most cases, you end up feeling much worse. That is why the best way to change your mood every single day is through the act of being productive. Because your brain is the best, probably the most diverse chemical lab in the world. And it knows how to create the right hormones and change your biochemistry to feel better. And that is why it's extremely important to focus on being productive in your own way. If you're a scientist, maybe working on another one or two pages of your research paper. If you are perhaps in sports, doing some training. If you're working, as a mechanic, just learning more about certain, parts. It doesn't really matter what you do for a living, or even if you have a job or not. Sometimes just updating your resume could be a productive task if you're unemployed. Essentially, your mind needs to have a series of small goals that it moves to from one to the other throughout the day. If you give your brain that chance, you are going to win that day, even if you heard a very bad news, you woke up feeling extremely tired, maybe you just got sick recently and you got laid off. Winning a day does not mean having a happy day. It means moving along and achieving tasks that are important to you. But the good thing is this: when you start small and you set smart, very small goals, you will enjoy what we call the, cumulative effect of daily wins, which means it allows you to achieve small things throughout the week, and they become the building blocks of your overall success. And they have a compound effect in the process, which makes it even better and easier for yourself. So let us now talk about a bit of strategies on how you could actually start winning the day. The first one was very obvious, and I just told you earlier. It's all about setting goals. They say success is all goals and all else is commentary. You see, why do I talk so much about the importance of goal setting throughout all of our programs? Because goal setting is the foundation of all success. I mentioned earlier, if you want to be productive, you have to know what matters. And to know what matters, you need goals. And that's exactly why it's important to set goals. Now, there are different goal-setting methodologies, but the most popular one is called the SMART method, S-M-A-R-T. That is, your goals must be specific, measurable, attainable, realistic or relevant, and time-bound. So once you put all of these elements in your goal setting, and you don't set goals that are too easy or too difficult, you tap into the power of motivation. So every single day when you wake up, you are full of motivation. That is why from today, I'm encouraging you guys, you don't have to feel good to have a good day. You don't have to feel happy to win that day. You don't have to feel energetic or excited or, oh my gosh, I'm just enjoying every minute to win that day. As a matter of fact, you could go through the entire day feeling lousy, lethargic, maybe crying a little bit, maybe feeling down, and still win that day on its own terms. And ironically, when you do that, the chances are, sooner or later, you will have another happy day because of the results and the fruits of the previous days. So understand this. To win every single day, you can win every single day, even if you're in prison, if you're jailed, if you're suppressed, if you're feeling sad, if you're feeling hungry, if you're short on cash, every single day could be won, so long as you are making progress towards goals that ultimately make you feel productive. And that is exactly why you should know what you want. Now, of course, it's much easier to follow up with your goals when you're having a good day, but sometimes you will have a bad day. I mean, that's just normal. For some of us, it's actually very often. In that case, we have to accept that not every day will be perfect. We have to embrace the concept of bad days as a part of the journey of life. And of course, we have to do our very best to focus on what we can control. Maybe you woke up and you heard a very bad news that you can't really control. Okay, what can you control? You see, most negative feelings are the result of not feeling in control. You hear bad news, you don't know what to do, and that makes you feel lousy. So how could you focus on what you can control in order to make your life better? Once you shift that focus from a victim mentality to a problem-solving mentality, a lot of that negativity is gone. Okay, this bad news happened, this guy said bad, this gal said this. Okay, what can I do here? What control can I exert here? That's the thing very important. And once you start setting these goals, you want to also enjoy the process of celebrating your small wins along the way. Tell yourself that, oh, actually, I did this and this and that. I did that. Oh my gosh, these were very small goals, but I did them. I finished the tasks, and now I'm feeling great. Once you do that, you gradually learn to focus on what you can do. You become action-oriented instead of blaming or, feeling sorry for yourself, right? Ultimately, know that every single day could be won, even if those days are tragic. So do not give yourself the excuse of just sitting back and saying, oh my gosh, today's going to be a terrible day. I don't know what to do. Oh, I have so many bad news. It's all terrible. Oh, the walls are tumbling down. I'm feeling like lost. There's nothing here to do. Stop that negative thought and tell yourself, no matter how bad a day gets, I could still win it so long as I make some sort of progress. For happiness equals progress, and without progress, you cannot attain much in life. So from now on, any day when you wake up, tell yourself, I will win that day no matter what, and then see what happens and how we can actually improve and enhance the quality of your life. All right, that's all the time we had for. Hope this, short podcast gave you some motivation to hopefully win the day and keep winning every single day. I'm Daniel Molgan, and this was Beyond the Present Podcast. Have a good one.